Hello everyone, it's Lindsay, and today I'm back with a look at the newest release from Creative Retreat Kits. This is for the month of August 2023. I am a few days late getting this up there for you guys, so you may have already seen some content out there from them and their team, and I have been so inspired already, not just by how beautiful the pages look, but also the types of things that you guys are pulling out of this devotional content. It's just, it's noticeable that you guys are picking up on some of the neat parts of this devotional this month, which I will share with you guys. So, just hang with me. We're just chugging along this year, trying to figure out, new schedules and all those things, but we'll get this up there for you guys. The kit is still available over at Creative Retreat, so all those links will be down below for you guys. Creative Retreat does offer a few different options for their kits, which is one of the things that I really enjoy about this company. It's kind of just a little bit of something for everybody. So there is the Faith Art box that comes with everything that you'll see right here. So you have that option that you can just purchase on a one-off. You can go back and purchase past kits. Those are still up in the shop if they didn't sell out. But there's also a subscription service. So you can sign up, subscribe. That way you're auto-charged, auto-shipped the kits each month. That way you don't miss them. But she does also offer digital options. So the devotional is offered as a digital option. And then there are printables that are digital as well. So if you don't want to fuss with, shipping costs, or maybe you have a lot of things in your stash and you just want to work with printables and then substitute the other paper crafting products that you have, you definitely can do that. So I like that there's a lot of options. So again, all that will be linked down below for you guys. But this month it is titled Count It Joy. The devotional was written by Christina Fox. I do believe Christina has written several times for Creative Retreat in the past. There is a little blurb on the inside about her if you want to read that. But this month we are going to be focusing, the main scripture will be James 1:2. Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds. But she does have several other passages here for us, primarily New Testament. There is a psalm in there for you guys. But we're really, just kind of pick apart this verse, count it all joy. And she does this really neat thing, just kind of giving you a variety of different ways to focus on this devotional. I just did a quick read through on it, but you are going to look at, there's a little bit of personal reflection from her up here, or just, commentary about the passage, but she goes into the context of the book of James, which is very, very important. Anytime that you're going to look at any verse, I would go to usually most Bibles at the front of the book of the Bible. Matthew, Mark, Luke, whatever book it is, at the front, there will be like a little blurb about that book. It'll give you a breakdown of the author, the time it was written, the context, who it was written to and for. Not all Bibles will do that. Journaling Bibles don't typically do that, but study Bibles and those kind of things do offer that information. But she's got that here for you, just kind of gives you some background on the book of James. And then she goes into, a little bit of a word study of sorts, not a full-on word study, but definitely kind of guiding you through looking at particular words within that verse. And so you can pull those out and do mini word studies on those. And then there's even a hymn that she has in here, kind of gives you the history of the hymn, writes out the hymn, how it ties in with the verse. So, that kind of gives you a few different areas to focus in on and do, kind of spotlight studying. I think this will be great for, a lot of people that are kind of newer to diving in and really picking apart a verse and don't really know where to start. You see word studies, or you see, historical context studies, or whatever it might be, and you might not quite know how to piece that together, or to even think to walk through the steps of looking at those things. And so while it isn't explicitly telling you, okay, now we're going to do a word study, or now we're going to look at the history, but it is kind of separated that way in the paragraphs within the content. And so it's just going to really, kind of inspire and guide you to some areas of study, which is really nice. And then you can kind of take that template and then overlay that over the top of the other scriptures that are here. So if you're going to go into the passage in Matthew chapter 5, verses 1 through 12, maybe you want to look and see what with the context. So what the theme of that book of Matthew is, who wrote it, when it was written, who it was written for. So you can look at that. You can, go through there and maybe pick out a few words that you want to do some word studies. Maybe you see some similar words to what you saw in James. And so maybe you want to see, what the original Greek is for those, and if they match up, that might be a fun practice. And then maybe find some other hymns or songs. The way that I do that is I will usually just Google it. I'll Google, hymn for Matthew chapter 5 or Matthew 5 verse whatever. And usually there is something that will kind of line up with that. And so maybe you want to just do a little study into that song that goes along with the verse. So that's just kind of what stood out to me as I read through the devotional. It's going to be a good one. And I know for me, I know for many of you, this is one of those verses that just kind of resonates with us. I think that at any point in our lives, we are usually going through some kind of trial, right? And they all kind of look a little bit different. And she does talk about that here in the devotional as well. And so as if that wasn't enough, there are some reflection questions over here that she's got for you, again, just to kind of help point you to some specific areas of the devotional, just kind of get you thinking about it. Like I have said in past unboxings, I like to go through and look up all the scripture. I like to then work through the devotional, and then I go through the reflection questions to see if those are going to point to anything that I may have missed in my time of study, or maybe it just changes my perspective or how I'm looking at that particular verse. Maybe not so much of a cut and dry factual, the word studies and the history and all that, but maybe just also, how it incorporates to, my trial now, or my feelings, or my, faith, where I'm at in my faith currently. Those will kind of help you kind of walk through the devotional content with those reflection questions. So lots of great content in what seems like, such a small little format, but I have found that there's quite a bit in here to be able to take you through the entire month if you want to do some more long, drawn out type studies, which is really nice. On the back of here, you've got your print and kind of a little peek into the theme of the colors and graphics for the month. So when you're done with the devotional, if you wanted to, cut out tabs or various shapes or whatever out of this, you definitely can. That might be inspiration for you to also go ahead and purchase the digital version of the devotional, so you have that as a backup if you want to have that, so you can cut this apart. I've even cut apart my devotionals and turned them into little mini books. That would be a fun little project as well. So there's the devotional for Count It Joy. And then if you go ahead and order the Faith Art box, it comes with that devotional, and then it comes with what you see here. So you do get 3 sheets of cardstock stickers. 2 of them are alphas. So this month it's all alphas, no numbers. They're the tile alphas. I love this kind of whimsical mix of fonts. It makes it very, very easy to get that kind of fun look. I don't know about you, but getting a messy, not organized look is hard for me. I feel like I have to be intentional about making it look that way, and this does the work for you. So these are the colors that we will be working with this month. So you've got 4 different colorways there. And then you've got this sheet of the shapes. There are some wordfetti in here as well. I do like the mix of kind of that typed font and then this really fun kind of handwritten scripty font is fun. So you've got those, of course, the wonky hearts from Creative Retreat, and then you've got some great kind of shape pieces. I have used these as tabs in the past. I just dust a little bit of a powder tool on the stickiness that's exposed, whether that be, cornstarch or an anti-static tool, baby powder, arrowroot powder, it doesn't really matter. It'll take away that stickiness. And so I do like to use those as tabs. There are some labels in here as well, and then some shaped labels and journaling boxes. So you can write on these, no problem. It's a non-coated cardstock sticker. You can also type on these. And so if I was going to type on here, you would either, place it on maybe a piece of wax paper and then run it through your typewriter, or type off on a separate piece of like copy paper or something like that and cut it out and then paste it in there. I've done that as well. Or you can just handwrite in there. But I love this beautiful sunflower motif. You know, as we're kind of transitioning from summer into fall, I am not ready to go full into fall. I am like digging my heels down and refusing to even acknowledge it. It's still 100 plus degrees here in California, and it's only August. Fall is still a few months out yet. But here where I'm at, the highways are all covered in sunflowers everywhere, but the colors do have a mix of summer colors and fall colors. So we are kind of in that transition. If you're one of those people that's wanting to rush into fall, we've got you covered with this one. The box also comes with these vinyl stickers. So these are water resistant stickers. So you could put them on a tumbler, water bottle, something like that, front of a journal. I have seen these being used in Bible journaling entries this month, and they are beautiful. So they are a blue background, whereas these actually don't have, these are like no border really to them. You know, they're color bordered, cut up right up to the edge. But rather than being white, it is this dusty blue. But I just love the blue with those, you know, kind of pops of that brick red and green. They're just really, really pretty. I've seen some beautiful pages, like I said. So you've got this sheet that's got some large floral clusters. You've got some words that you can kind of piece together. You could mix and match these on a Bible journaling page with the cardstock stickers. And then some wonky hearts, of course, are in there as well. If you're going to use these on a tumbler, I do suggest that you hand wash only. You know, I haven't had any problem in my dishwasher, but I know that it is recommended to hand wash if you're going to put those on something like that. You also get a 3x4 clear stamp set. These are really great for mixing and matching with the past Creative Retreat kits as well. You'll see this really beautiful kind of greenery piece right here. There have been several other stamp sets from Creative Retreat that have kind of a similar look to them, and the sizing is pretty consistent, so you can mix and match things. But this is just really kind of one of those really versatile stamps. I like having those. And then you've got this large circle piece with the word all, and so then you can kind of mix and match it to create different titles and phrases. Good Lord, count it joy. So count it all joy. You could create a title that way. I like the mix of, you know, the serif or typed looking font, and then that, you know, kind of hand scripted font there. So there's a look at the stamp set. And then last but not least, with the Faith Art box is a roll of washi tape. And I really like the Creative Retreat washi tape. And it's just so original. I mean, she designs it for each kit, so you're not going to find this anywhere else. It's got these beautiful sunflower clusters. Again, I saw a really fun page from one of the team members, I think. She actually cut little like flag shapes out of the washi tape and used it that way. So just really great inspiration out there already for you guys. I'm hoping to have at least one process video up for you guys using that. So there's a look at the Faith Art box. And then in addition to that, there is printables as well, or there are printables. So the printables come with 3 different pages. I've printed mine on just plain white cardstock, but the nice thing about printables is you can print them on whatever you want. Of course, they are personal use only, so just keep that in mind. Don't use these graphics to then, you know, put on a t-shirt and sell t-shirts or something like that. If you're going to be doing a class or like a workshop or a Bible study with the study, make sure you reach out to Danielle over at Creative Retreat about licensing information for classes and things like that. But the printables come with these 3 sheets. So you've got this one here that's got the shapes. Now you will see that it is very similar, mimics the cardstock stickers. You know, there are some things that are doubled up. I guess I missed that there was a tab on here as well. The word Fetty, but then there's also some pieces on here that aren't on here. And so you've got those large floral clusters, which are on the this page here. But if you wanted some that didn't have the background, you've got that with these here. You've got some additional label pieces. The nice thing about digitals is you could add your text ahead of time in a photo editing program. You can even bring them into like Canva, Photoshop, something like that, and then add your type and then print it. Or you can, you know, run these through your typewriter and type on them that way. But there is enough variance between the digitals and the physicals that I like to do both. I don't have too much overlap, and that way I can, manipulate things too. So maybe I want them on clear stickers, or maybe I want something larger or smaller. I can do that with these. So you even got that greenery piece like in the stamp set and the words from the stamp set. So if you're not going to get the physical kit, you aren't missing out on too much. You've got quite a bit in this page here. But then you also get this sheet of patterns. So you've got 4 different patterns here. Again, you can kind of scale those, play around with them. I love this dark blue with the sunflowers there. This grid one is super pretty as well. Looking at this, I'm sure that there are past floral stamps that could give you this look, and so you could kind of mix and match this month's stamp set with past stamp sets and get that look. But I like to use these with my dies in particular. I like to die cut out letters or shapes, all kinds of different things that you can do with these here. And then also depending on what you print them on, acetate, clear sticker paper will give you a different look as well. So there's that page. And then the last page is always a favorite of mine. You get 6 journaling cards, 3x4 journaling cards. They're a mix of just kind of some standalone cards. You don't really need to add anything to them, but then you also have some that give you some room for journaling or adding embellishment. I love using these, especially in the smaller 2-inch margin Bibles. I like to do little tip-ins and pockets and things to give me some additional room to journal. And like I said, with this devotional content, you can do quite a bit with word studies and hymn studies and things like that. So you might want to, create like a little mini book or something like that. You could definitely do with journaling cards, but they are just beautiful. This one even has, it's like printed glitter on that card there. Just really, really, really pretty kit this month. So there is a look at the digitals and the Faith Art box. This is Count It All Joy for the month of August. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave those down below for me. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, if you're excited for this kit. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, thank you so much. Bye.